If your manifestation hasn't shown up yet, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because you still think that you're manifesting external things such as money, career, car, love, things, a person. Whereas in reality, what you're manifesting isn't a thing, it's a version of you who already is that and has that, and to be very specific, the most authentic version of who you are. You do not manifest what you want, but you do manifest who you are being. And so in order to manifest what it is that you want, you need to start being the version of you who already has that. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of On Purpose by Lynn. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Lynn and I share with you everything you need to know about personal growth and spirituality so that you can create your best self and so that you can rise to your fullest potential. If that's something that you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you a quick, easy step-by-step guide that will allow you to manifest what it is that you want without trying to get something external, but through being it and embodying it now. So if that's something that you love to learn more about, then stay around. So the guide that I'm going to share with you is compartmentalized in 3 different steps. So the first thing is the shift in perspective that you need to make. The second thing is how do you shift into that version and the different techniques that you can use. And the third step is a real life integration story of myself that will give you some insights and takeaways of how to do this in your own life as well. So the first part of this guide is the shift in perspective. So what we need to understand is that often people think that whenever we're manifesting, it often comes from an ego-based view, an ego-based thing of, I want to get this thing, I want this now, I need this now. And so we're trying to manifest from not our soul, but from our ego, and we're going to manifest things. And I'm not saying that this is wrong. I'm not saying that it's wrong to want things, to desire things, but it's a very difficult way of how to manifest things because the ego sees itself as separate. The ego isn't anchored into oneness and unity and being it now. The ego comes from a state of separation. It doesn't see itself as part of the whole. It sees itself separate of the reality that it lives in. So the ego wants to get something externally, but once you shift in perspective and thinking, if I were to be my higher self right now, if my higher self was right here, right now, if my most authentic vibration expression, my whole expression was here right now, what would she do? How would she think? What would she think in that she's still lacking and trying to get something external? Or would she think in, I already have it, I already am it, and I have everything that I need and want is already available to me right now, and therefore she's going to attract it more easily and will get more inspired impulses that will lead to the right actions that will manifest the thing into the reality right now. So the shift that you need to make is from ego perspective to higher self perspective. What does this thing that you're trying to manifest symbolize for you? Is it freedom? Is it abundance? Is it financial freedom? Is it having more fun in your life? Is it embodying more joy or possibility or whatever this thing may be? Look at the thing behind the thing, right? So look at what this thing for you symbolizes, because there's no reason for you not to have the thing behind the thing right now. So if you start to embodying that freedom or you start to embody that peace within yourself or love, then your your reality is going to reflect that, which makes you one with the thing that you already want, and therefore it's allowed and you're able to manifest it with effortless ease into your reality. So this is the shift between lack and abundance, the ego and higher self. So the question that you can think about is, what is the you? That if this version of you who already had this thing that you're looking for, what are the qualities that she would now embody? Then the second part of this guide is how to shift into that version of you, is to really get honest with yourself. So look at where you are today right now in your life, not in terms of location. Maybe if you're looking for a location, you know, that's fine. A change in location, I mean, that's fine. You can shift location. But if it's more a thing or a quality that you're looking for, then look at, you know, where in myself, if I compare myself to the version who would embody it right now, and I compare myself to the version of me who thinks this thing is external for me and there's lack, or there's a separation in me having it already, what keeps you separate? So the thing that you start looking at is, what are the limiting beliefs? What have been some experiences in your life that led you to believe that? And how can you go back to that experience? And this is what you do with inner child healing, right? Is going back to those first 7 years of your life where you have been programmed. Sometimes it's not just our own beliefs, but it's the beliefs from our external environment that we adopt as a child. So, or sometimes it's an experience, a bad experience in our life that made us feel in some sort of way not enough or limited. So we have to look and break down those beliefs and those experiences and to allow that to release from your life. So you look at the version of you now, and then you look at the version of you, your higher self. You look at, okay, so if I were to be my higher self right now, how would I think? What actions would I take? What will be the habits, the thoughts, the beliefs that I will need to adopt? So maybe you need to reprogram yourself. Maybe you need to reprogram your subconscious mind after looking at the limiting beliefs and what happened when you were younger and releasing that from your body. You allow yourself to shift into this new version of you. And lastly, the last part of this point is, it's all about making a commitment, making a decision. For you to recognize that it's okay that maybe you have lived this limited version of yourself, that it is okay for you to not be quite perfect yet, right? And that you're allowing yourself the space to shift into this version of yourself with love and compassion. And then you decide and commit. Not that you need to be perfect at it immediately, so give yourself some grace and space to become and grow into this version of yourself. But it's committing to, I'm going to make this internal shift, and I'm going to dedicate my time, my energy in practices and tools that will help me to create this shift, such as doing inner child healing or shadow work, reprogramming your limiting beliefs. And then thirdly, I want to share with you a real life example to bring all of this home. So there was a time in my life where when I was living in Holland and I was going through a depression, there was this dream that I had. And I had a dream to learn to surf. I had a dream to live somewhere in the tropics and to live a more free life and to wake up every morning and to be able to just wear airy clothing, not multiple layers, right? And to just be able to surf in warm water, and even to learn how to surf and to become good at it. And because it just felt like it was something so fun, and to me, especially when I was going through depression, it felt like, wow, it just feels like the opposite of how I'm feeling right now, right? So at some point in my life, I had to make a decision that if I really wanted that to happen, I needed to shift myself, and I shifted gradually. It wasn't a quick thing, but there were a couple things that I needed to change. Firstly, I needed to make this internal shift. So if I wanted to really learn and learn to surf, and if I really wanted to live in a different location, then first of all, I needed to say, okay, what is keeping me stuck currently? What is making me unhappy right now that keeps me in the situation that I'm in? And so I needed to look at my mental health. I needed to look at, just doing things, taking off the pressure and doing things that felt good to my heart, not so much to my conditioning, what I was conditioned to believe and what I was conditioned to accomplish in life. And so I gave myself the space to explore and allow and discover within myself and in life what felt good to me, so that I would be happier. And then also a couple of things that I really needed to do, and sometimes it's something really physical that you need to change, right, is changing location. If I wanted to be in the tropics, I needed to get my butt into the tropics, and how could I do that was to first save money. So I needed to find a job that helped me to save more money than I was making and than I was spending, right? So that I could buy that ticket and go to another country to learn and realize the dream of learning to surf. So then when that happened, I found a job, I saved up my money, I subleased my apartment that I was currently living, and I created space in my life so that I could do that. So I moved to another country, and there I started to learn to surf, and it was really amazing and enjoyable, and I was feeling all these emotions of freedom, and I started to shift my life. So in order to be the person who could surf and who would wake up every single day with being happy where I was and how I was feeling inside, I needed to make a physical shift, and I also needed to make an internal shift, letting go of the pressure, and then also shifting my location. So this was a real life example, and this is over the years I've been able to really learn to surf, and I'm still learning. I'm not the best surfer or anything, but I definitely wouldn't see myself as a beginner anymore. And I do live most of the time of the year in tropics. So in order to create that lifestyle, I also needed to shift the way and release a lot of programming that I was taught when I was younger. So let me know in the comments what resonated most with you, what it is that you're going to do to create this shift. Also, let me know in the comments where you guys are tuning in from, because I'd love to get to know you. And like this video if you have liked this video, share this video with anyone who you think could benefit from this message right now. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos every Sunday. It's totally free to do so. It's totally free to subscribe, and check out my Lightworker merchandise if you want to wear conscious messaging. I love the way that my new designs have turned out. I love the Lightworker one. I love the Namaste one. I love the Be Free one. That's still one of my favorites. Don't forget to showcase it if you do decide to buy it. I really, really appreciate you and love to see you how you're wearing it from all people around the world. And don't forget that I also have my podcast. If you do want to listen to this kind of content in a different format, or when you're traveling or driving, it's called Returning Home with Lynn Lim. You can find it on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Also, I'm currently growing my channel to 10,000 subscribers, and if you just leave your comments, if you share this video with anyone, if you like it, that really helps me, and I really need to do this with you. I cannot do it alone. So let's do this together. Let's grow this community towards 10,000 subscribers. I so appreciate you. That was truly it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to. So even if it doesn't seem like it right now, thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video.